Hey everyone, this is Brandon Veller with Freedom Enneagram Coaching. If you're new to Freedom Enneagram or to the Enneagram itself, I'd invite you to go check out the Season 1 playlist. Or if you're just coming into Season 2, you may want to go back to Episode 17, which is Season 2, Episode 1, and see where we're starting this time around. If you're more of an audio person, or if you just want to hear this content again in a different way, you can find the Freedom Enneagram podcast anywhere that you get podcasts. And finally, I would so appreciate it if you would go like and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. You can find me at Freedom Enneagram Coaching. You can leave your Enneagram questions, your comments, and I will do my best to answer them. And I'm just so happy that I get to talk to you today about the Enneagram. All right, now we're going to be talking about Enneagram Type 9. Now, I'm going to go through some of the typical traits and characteristics of the Type 9s, but that doesn't mean that every Type 9 will necessarily display that trait. So if you are a 9, or if you think you are, or if you know a 9, and some of these things don't resonate or match up, that's okay. The traits and the characteristics may not always match, but pay attention to the core motivations. Let's get started. In her book, Self to Lose, Self to Find, author Marilyn Vansel calls the Type 9 a reflection of God's peace and oneness. Type 9 is all about peace and unity. Now remember, each Enneagram type is part of a triad. Type 9 is in the body triad. The three types in the body triad all tend to react to the world through their body, through their instincts. They have these gut reactions rather than thinking things through with their minds or engaging things with their feelings. Now, I don't mean that all the types in the body triad don't experience things through their minds or their emotions ever. Everyone experiences all three. But each type has a particular strength because of their root in that triad. Nines have these gut reactions, and the anger that is the prevalent emotion in the body triad is there, but they're so focused on avoiding conflict and having harmony that they go to sleep to these reactions and to this anger. They have this ability, whether it's conscious or not, to fall asleep to what they really think or feel or desire. And instead, they pick up the thoughts and feelings and desires of those around them. They merge with others. This keeps the peace and it keeps things stable. It makes things seem to be in harmony. Type 9s tend to be peaceful. They're receptive to others, to their wants, to their needs, to their desires. They are easygoing and agreeable, patient, very flexible. They tend to just go along to get along. They're the type that if you say, I feel like pizza tonight, they're going to say, sounds great. They might have really wanted Chinese, but you expressed an opinion, so they're going to go with your opinion rather than have any kind of conflict when you say, or when they say, no, I want to have Chinese, and you say, no, I don't want Chinese, I want pizza. They just go along, and even though they might not be happy with that decision, it was easier to go along than to have any kind of conflict. Type 9's core fear is conflict. They fear losing their relationships, their connectedness. So they will push down their own thoughts, their feelings, their wants, their needs, their desires. The 9's core drive is to have stability and to have peace. And one way to achieve that is to just merge themselves with others. Now, unfortunately, this means that the 9 is suppressing their own thoughts, feelings, and desires. I'm sorry. All of this suppression can lead to an eruption of emotion, of anger, that can be really surprising to everybody, most of all the 9. Type 9s believe, I must be calm and go along with others to stay connected and comfortable. They think that if they push for what they really want, or what they really think, or if they say what they feel, then there's going to be conflict and disconnection between themselves and others. So rather than feeling rejected or insignificant because of that ensuing conflict, they will just push their own desires and needs down and go along with the others. They've internalized this message that it is not okay for me to assert myself. Now, if you look at a diagram of the Enneagram, the type 9 is at the very top. It's right in the middle of type 8 and type 1. These two types are the wings of type 9. So a 9 can be a 9-wing 8 or a 9-wing 1. Remember with the wings, if you take a test or you hear someone say, I'm a 9-wing 4, either the test is wrong or the person is confused about the Enneagram. The wings have to be on either side of the type, okay? So both of those types, the 9-wing 8 and the 9-wing 1, are dominant main type 9s. But the wing can change the way that 9 looks and acts and feels. A 9-wing 8 would have its main type and dominant wing in the body triad. They tend to be more outgoing and assertive and anti-authoritarian. They don't want to be told what to do, just like a type 8. This melding of the 9's avoidance of conflict with the 8's enjoyment of conflict can lead them to go back and forth between being confrontational and conciliatory. So they'll argue with you tooth and nail for their position 1 minute, and then the next minute just easily go along with whatever. They can go back and forth. That's that 9 and 8. Now, a 9-wing 1 also has its main type and dominant wing in the body triad. So, and they tend to be more introverted, more orderly and idealistic. They want things right. They're 9s, so they want to be like, they want that peace and harmony. But the 1 wing, they want things to be done the right way. They want things to be good and perfect and orderly. This type tends to be more emotionally controlled and focused, and they can be much more compliant. Again, if you look at the diagram of the Enneagram, the type 9 is connected to the type 6 and to the type 3. These lines and arrows, and you can just Google Enneagram lines and arrows if you want to see this picture. They show how the type 9 changes or accesses the other types in times of health or stress. In stress, a 9 will take on characteristics of the type 6. They can become overwhelmed with anxiety and indecisiveness. They can become very defensive. But in a healthy time, a 9 will take on a characteristic of a type 3. Now, this helps them to be much more practical and productive. They can be more focused and more confident. This can help them find peace, not by suppressing their own needs, but by being fully present and asserting themselves because they have that confidence to do it. But this can lead that type 9 to trying to impress others, which is a type 3 tendency we'll talk about in a later episode. The type 9's root sin or vice, if you want to think of it that way, is indolence, which is another word for laziness. And this ties right in with the 9's defense mechanism. 9s typically have a hard time making decisions, and they struggle knowing what they actually want and need. Because they so desperately want to avoid conflict, they will seek the path of least resistance in all things. This keeps them in the background, going along with everyone else. In stressful situations, the 9 will withdraw. This withdrawal or avoidance can look like laziness because the 9 is ignoring all these stressful things that's going on around them and seeking that peace of mind that they so desperately want. Their defense mechanism is to just numb out, or the technical term is narcotize, okay? This can be things like substance abuse, but it can also be familiar activities, routines that give them comfort, things that take very little attention that they can just go through and just like they don't have to put a lot of effort into it. They don't have to think about it. They've got their checklist, or this is how they order their morning. This is how they order their afternoon errands, whatever. They can I watched this TV show, and even though I've seen The Office 7 times, I'm going to watch it again because I don't have to pay a ton of attention. I know what's going to happen. It's comfortable. All right. And this way of checking out is it's a way for them to ignore what is stealing their peace of mind. Okay. It's a way to get comfort in something safe. Now, if I could, I want to talk directly to the type 9. Okay. 9, your presence matters. You matter. You are important. God made you and he sees you. You aren't insignificant. In fact, you are so important to God that Jesus Christ died to save you. Not just the world, not just other people, but you. He created you with a special, specific purpose and design. So your thoughts, your feelings, your desires, your needs, your giftings, those are all part of your calling. Who you are and what you want matter because God made you that way. Wake up and be who God made you to be. True peace and true comfort will only come from resting in Christ, not from merging with others or neglecting yourself. Stop hiding, wake up, and start living. Well, everyone, I want to thank you again for watching today on Freedom Enneagram, and I appreciate your time, your attention, your comments. Make sure to subscribe here and then go follow me on Facebook and Instagram. You could share this video. Look for the podcast, share that too. You can send me your Enneagram questions if you're interested in doing any kind of one-on-one or small group coaching, whether that's with a group or a church or a school or a business or one-on-one or a family or whatever. You can direct message me on Facebook or Instagram, or you can email me at freedomenneagramcoaching@gmail.com. And that's Freedom Enneagram Coaching, all one word. Okay. This has been Freedom Enneagram Coaching. I'm Brandon Veller, and my goal is to help you discover who you are, uncover who you are meant to be, and to live free. Have a great day.